Welcome to episode 24 of the Reboot franchise. Big game this week against the New England Patriots, and I cannot wait to see what the team looks like. But first, let's take a quick look at the news. Let's take a look at the draft stories. What have we got? We've got Warren Bartlett with a big play, which means absolutely nothing, just means his projected round will go up, doesn't affect him whatsoever. And then we've got Florida State standout Banks Wingo, who's foregoing his senior season. And that is actually the same. It is again a nothing story. Doesn't affect him as a player, just affects his round, but negatively. So I'm going to take a look to see where Banks Wingo plays, to see if we might be able to, draft a bargain considering he's going to drop a round. So Warren Bartlett, the guy who will jump around, it was a projected third rounder. I assume his, stock has already gone up. Obviously, we'll take a look at him when the position comes up, but it's not really a position I need anyway. Yet to find Banks Wingo. Oh, I do remember him, because he's the guy I said was Barkevius Mingo's cousin. Where did he play? I forgot. We're still looking for a cornerback. I reckon there's a good one here. Just a bunch of second rounders. I reckon there is a good one. And I'm looking at UAB. That would be to pick up a guy out of UAB, considering this will be one of the first guys coming out of that school since they reopened the program. That'd be a nice player to have just for that story. Banks Wingo, I don't remember. I don't remember where I saw him. I thought he was a linebacker. Alright, so I can't for the life of me find Banks Wingo. I don't know if he's just disappeared and will end up being like undrafted or something. But he is gone. He has disappeared. Doesn't really matter. I just thought we might be able to pick up a bargain there. Cannot wait to use these points. Not cornerbacks coming up anytime soon. But just looking at the cornerbacks got me excited again. So, what's coming up now is the big game against the Patriots. Of course, we are missing one tight end. But apart from that, we've got a fully healthy team. And a team that is improving week after week. Let's take a look at a Patriots team. You can only expect to have to look different to what we currently know them as today in 2017. Oh, just using a little bit of forward thinking, it's 2018 now, I bet. I mean, it's still 2017 for me. I told you I'm way ahead of these episodes. Probably 2018 though. So the quarterback for the Patriots, Jacoby Brissett, in this scenario obviously was never traded to the Colts, but that is their starting quarterback. Starting running back, Tevin Coleman, 90th running backs are all so good. I don't know what happened, why they're all over 90 overalls. But running backs, 93, 87, 84. Every running back in this game is incredible now. The wide receivers, Brandon Cooks with a 98 overall. Julian Edelman, 88. And then Malcolm Mitchell, the next guy, was 76. But, the speed is there. Julian Edelman, a little bit slower, but we're still going to want to put our second best guy on him. The left guard is Greg Van Roten. Then at left end, they've got Cliff Averill coming over from the Seahawks. And then at right outside linebacker, which makes me think they're running a 3-4 scheme, Coney Ely, 82 overall, Kyle Bradford, an 80 overall as well there. The cornerbacks, they've still got Malcolm Butler, Cyrus Jones, and then it drops off. A huge drop off there. Now, speed for Jonathan Jones, of course, huge 95. But outside of that, I think we can definitely take advantage of this. And then at strong safety, Jamin Miles, the guy that ended up taking Defensive Rookie of the Year. So last year's Defensive Rookie of the Year, an 84 overall. Not bad, but of course, that's a big game now for Hunter Washington, who lost it fair and square. He was injured. You can't expect him to win it if he's injured, but he certainly should have won it if he hadn't got injured. Jamin Miles ends up taking it. This is kind of, in that sense, the revenge game. This is where we're going to have to look at those two players, not head-to-head, because they play on the same side of the field, but head-to-head in terms of their teams coming up against each other. So, big game, nothing left to say. We want to leave this game with a 5-2 record. We want to leave the Patriots with a 5-3 record. Let's get it going.
Patriots-Ravens. A lot of history in this matchup, and we start in the rain here. Coleman starting with the run, and Washington just doesn't want to make a tackle in this weather, apparently. Humphrey makes a tackle, and then, as you'll see here, we have a change of weather. So now we're not playing in the rain anymore, and we get a big-time play there. Malcolm Mitchell catching that from Jacoby Brissett, who rolled out. Jacoby Brissett not playing badly at all, and he's still got a very good supporting cast, don't forget that. But he can move as well. He tries to run there. He makes Humphrey miss, and is only just tackled there by Rashad Peters. 3rd and goal at the 2-yard line. We had a chance to stop them, but a missed tackle lets them get in for the touchdown and get the first points of the game. So 2nd and 10. Van Diak rolling out, looking to pass here, and he's gonna throw it. He had a man open, but he throws him out of bounds, and we had to punt away. But on 3rd and 7, we do manage to get the Patriots off the field here. It wasn't a sack, but it's good enough on 3rd and 7. So running with Trayvon Bromley, we cannot forget about the strength of this team. It is the running game, and we'll stick with it here. A great reception there, though, on the sideline by George Connor. for the first down. Trayvon Bromley running again here, looking to fight through, but he doesn't manage to, and we have to settle for a field goal. We didn't manage to get into the end zone. 1st and 10. He tried to pass the corner route here, but waiting underneath it the whole time. We were ready for it. What a great play there by one of our rookie cornerbacks, whose name I cannot remember right now. It's the one that's Edins. A pick 6 for the rookie there. A great play just to be waiting underneath it, and he takes that ball away. And of course now the score is 7-10. The Patriots trying to come back, and they start off well with a run there by Coleman. Coleman really causing us a lot of problems, but they had to just settle for a field goal on that one. The score tied at 10 apiece, and on 3rd and 4, unfortunately Tariq Cohen gets led out of bounds. Now 2nd and 6, a big sack there by Hunter Washington. Jacoby Brissett tried to get away, but he couldn't. 3rd and 14 now. Brissett again looking to run, and he's going to do exactly that. Makes more people miss. Is tackled there just short of the first down. So they had to punt away, and now we've got the ball 1st and 10. George Connor there with the first down coming across the field. 1st and 10 again. It's play action, and there's absolutely nobody open. Van Dijk was stood there waiting, but nobody open, and he gets sacked. And then on 3rd and 17, again, he had to go a bit deeper, and he's sacked again. So now we're in the second half, 10-10 the score, but we start off very strongly here. Trayvon Bromley wouldn't be tackled by that first player and kept going. Now 2nd and 1 at the 24-yard line, lofting it into the end zone, and it is caught by George Connor. An absolute playmaker through and through. We may have found a future legend here. This guy just makes plays that look impossible to make. We can't really get a good look at that play, but it was incredible for him to just get behind 3 guys and make that catch for a touchdown. Chris Wormley there doing a good job of covering Jacoby Brissett, bottling him up and forcing the Patriots to punt it here on 4th and 12. And now we've seen Stokes do this plenty of times. We know he can get big returns, but how big is this return going to be? It may go all the way as he gets around the outside of Rivers there, and he's into the end zone. Stokes cannot stop scoring on kick returns. The rookie is electric, and Brissett there just feeds the stats of one of our other rookies, Kewan Hardwick. All he had to do was stand in the right place and make this catch like a center fielder, just bring that one in, and that's exactly what he does for the interception. Unfortunately, we weren't able to fully capitalize off the turnover, and the Patriots have the ball back here. 3rd and 5, they get a first down. 3rd and 4 now, Brissett looking to run, and he's caused us problems, but Washington gets him, coming in just in time, as well as Kewan Hardwick, and they were able to stop him. Now a big run there, and if Bromley had just gone around the right outside, he may have taken that even further, but it's still a first down. 2nd and 10 now. Van Dijk struggling to find anyone. May have caused himself some problems here. Manages to get out of that one, actually, and then throws it away. Smart decision-making. First it was terrible decision-making, then smart decision-making, and then Bromley will take this one into the end zone. Just perfect blocking for him there, and he gets the touchdown on the rush. It looks great when everything works perfectly on the line. Now 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Coming down the field, we're in the 4th quarter. They're down by 21 points. It doesn't look good, and that sack makes it look a little bit worse. Titus Bowser there. The middle looked like it was going to cause some problems, but he came flying around the outside. But then on 3rd and goal, they get this touchdown, but the blocked extra point here. Kewan Hardwick, the man who picks it up. He already has an interception. Add a fumble recovery, and we may just add a 2-point conversion here. Yes, that's exactly what we'll be able to do. Kewan Hardwick having the game of his career. That's not an understatement. He's a rookie, and this is definitely the best game he's ever had, and it's against a tough opponent here as well. Yes, there's no Tom Brady, but Jacoby Brissett is good, and the rest of the team is still pretty strong. 4th and 4 here. They get the first down. They go to Julian Edelman. Who else would you expect when they need a play? 2nd and 17 now. Trouble, but not trouble for them. Trouble for us as Brissett gets out of it, but he does then get caught by another 2 defenders. We managed to get him down. 3rd and 16 now. He's looking to run around again, then looks to pass, and it's a great pass break up there by Rashad Bass, covering Rob Gronkowski. Good play from the rookie. 4th and 16, lofting that one up. It's battered down straight into the hands of Kewan Hardwick. He's just had footballs falling into his hands all day today, and he may be able to take this one back all the way here. Absolutely no problem for him. He's been gifted with opportunities today. Forced fumbles he gets to pick up and take back for 2. Interceptions flying into his hands left, right, and center, and a good sack there, making it 3rd and 21 here. Brissett still trying to pass it over the middle. That should have been an interception by Casey Jacobs, and we'll run the clock out here, and we'll win this game.
That was without a doubt the best performance we may have had as a team so far. Now I'm looking straight away at our passing numbers, and again, they're not perfect, and we need to improve them. And I don't really know how we're going to improve them, because at the end of the day, it's still about the run game first, and that's what won us this game. Let's take a look at the stats. So Philip Van Dijk, he only threw for 70 yards, but I don't care about your completion percentage either that much if all you've done is thrown a touchdown and no interceptions. That's good enough for me. Trayvon Bromley, 17 attempts, 165 yards, 9.7 yards per carry and a touchdown. Receiving, George Connor, 50 yards and a touchdown. Jakeem Grant, 22 yards, then nothing else. And then we go on to defense. You know a lot happened here. 9 tackles for Hunter Washington, 9 tackles for Marlon Humphrey, 9 for Kewan Hardwick. Now remember, the end of season awards haven't even started to come out yet, so we don't know who's up for Offensive Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, but you know we've got a bunch of guys in the running. We've got Kewan Hardwick as a rookie. As we go over to sacks, we've got Mike Richardson, the rookie. We've got Titus Bowser and Hunter Washington with sacks as well. Then interceptions, Kewan Hardwick with 2. We've got Fernando Edins, also a rookie, but of course not very likely to be in the running for a Defensive Rookie of the Year. So that's 3 interceptions total. We take a look at forced fumbles. Unfortunately, none there. Casey Jacobs with 2 pass deflections that should have been interceptions. Both of those should have been picks, but they just weren't. And then we take a look at touchdowns. Fernando Edins took back a pick 6. Kewan Hardwick took back a pick 6. We also had a punt return touchdown. Ashley Stokes, the rookie, just obviously, as you would expect with how many early picks we had and how many plays we picked, rookies absolutely dominated this game. We win it 42-16 off the back of 3 interceptions and 2 defensive touchdowns. Forget about the yearly awards. I'm interested to see the weekly awards. If we don't see Kewan Hardwick this week, or Edins, I don't know if blocked extra points count, but Kewan Hardwick took back an extra point as well. Kewan Hardwick scored 8 points in this game. That is ridiculous. Very, very happy with how this went. Defense was perfect. So, 5-2, but an injury, and I can remember who this was, but I don't remember who this was. Of course, it was the rookie Bernard Cooper, abdominal tear. 5 weeks. Rookies, we're losing them left, right, and center. Kurt Weeks, Bernard Cooper. But, you know, we've got plenty of depth already now, so it's not too much of a worry. I think it'll be Willie Henry taking over at that spot. Take a look. There's Mike Richardson playing both. He can do it. No, it's Willie Henry taking over behind him. Of course, we could put Chris Wormley there and have D'Angelo Brown back at defensive tackle. Plenty of options. We'll keep it like this right now. Very happy with where this team is at. Of course, still going to be looking to improve in the draft. There's no doubt about that. We can improve this entire team. But it's very, very good. Let's start scouting some players. We're still looking at the offensive line right now. So finish the centers. Benjamin Levy all the way down here in the 6th round. Could be good. Of course, we're still going to have to wait for that bench press. And Benjamin Valentine, also good. So we've got a couple of options at center. Not really, obviously, most positions we don't need to improve. We'll take a look at the right guards now, and we'll just look at the early points here. Then we can look at both of these because they're both good enough. We've scouted players. Let's move on to the next week where we'll be playing the Browns, and we'll be hosting the Browns. So the Browns, 1-6. We are, of course, 5-2. We've got a chance to go 6-2. If we win this game. We've already beaten the Browns once. Of course, winning this game will do a lot for us in the division. And going 6-2 will do a lot for us as a playoff hopeful team. Let's take a look now as we are past the halfway point of the season. And before we jump into this Browns game, we'll take a look at the end of season award projections right now. First things first, we'll take a look at the weekly awards like I said. Of course, Kewan Hardwick, 8 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown. 2-point conversion as well, of course, was going to be AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Philip Vanderyak is there. The next best player, George Connor. So we're dominating this one. Kurt Weeks was there as well, but of course now he's injured, so he'll start to drop. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Rashard Bass. That is interesting that he is the one there. Mike Richardson has started to rack up sacks in recent weeks. Kewan Hardwick probably jumped about 5 spots, if not more, after that last week's performance. Rashad Peters makes an appearance as well. So the halfway point of the season. So you can basically as good as double these, but expect an uptick in, you know, production from Philip Vanderyak. We've got to get him moving that ball more, just for the sake of not being a waste. This is terrible though. As in, look at the touchdowns to interceptions. Isn't bad. 9-6. Could be worse. It's all right. 1,296 yards. Probably will surpass 3,000 in his rookie season. 49% completion percentage isn't good, but remember we only recently started to improve him with that tight spiral. And, you know, he moves the ball with his feet as well. Let's take a look at rushing. What have we got? We got Trayvon Bromley, 569, so he looks like he will break 1,000 yards. 6.1 yards per carry right now. Only 3 touchdowns though. Not that many rushing touchdowns this year. Philip Vanderyak, 258 yards. Jaquan Barber, less than last year. I think he managed to surpass 500 last year. He's only got 133 right now. Running game, not what it was. We changed offense. We probably shouldn't have done that. We're obviously back to what we know now, and the run game should thrive off that. Let's take a look at receiving. George Connor at the top. The receptions are tiny. Absolutely tiny, but he does have 542 yards, looking to get 1,000 this season. 6 touchdowns. I didn't even realize it was that good. Jakeem Grant, then Tariq Cohen, then Juju Smith-Schuster. Take a look at the defense. Take a look at why Rashad Bass is favorite. 45 tackles, 5 sacks will do a lot for you, I guess. And I guess they did rearrange the priority there a little bit, because previous years I don't think that would have made him favorite. Take a look. So we see the tackle leaders here. Take a look at the sack leaders. And at the halfway point, Mike Richardson, 6.5 sacks already, looking at about 12 for the season if he continues. Hunter Washington, Rashad Bass. We need a little bit more out of these guys, but 4.5 and 4 isn't bad. That'll see them end on 8 each. And of course, with Mike Richardson coming in, he's given us a lot of production. Interceptions. 3 for Casey Jacobs. He's having a great season. 2 for Kewan Hardwick. 1 for Rashad Peters. 1 for Fernando Edens. Did think we had a few more, but that's, you know, it is what it is. We need a couple more. Forced fumbles. What have we got for us? There we go. 2 from Rashad Bass. That'll help him as well in that voting. 1 for Mike Richardson. 1 for Kalen Borum. We got a safety as well. Just the one. Yep, Rashad Bass. Now I start to understand why he's number 1 right now. Kewan Hardwick, 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns for this guy. That's crazy. 1 for Rashad Peters, 1 for Fernando Edens. In all honesty, I feel like Kewan Hardwick should be the number 1. He's scoring points. Anyway, those are the stats of the players. I hope I got through that quick enough. Let's get into this game against the Browns. We know what they look like. We played them. We'll check the injury to see if anybody's missing. Apart from that, let's get into it and try and start passing. So for the Browns, 2 middle linebackers injured. Don't remember if they're their starting middle linebackers, but we know what the rest of the team looked like from the last time that we beat them. Let's get our 4th division win out of 4 division games.
So here we go. The Cleveland Browns will be starting our 2nd run of division games. We've had a clean sweep so far, 3-0. We're hoping to make it 4-0 here, but Isaiah Crowell, we had a couple of problems up against him the last time. We always have problems against highly rated running backs, and he's causing us problems on the first play there. But on 3rd and 9, Cooper Maddox, the rookie, was trying to escape the pocket there, but Tyus Bowser gets a sack. We just said he could do with a few more, and he comes up with one then. The Juju Smith-Schuster dropping a pass there, and we wanted more from him. And then Van Der Yak dropping back, gets sacked, loses the ball, and Myles Garrett recovers it. But on 3rd and goal, Willie Henry stops them, so we're able to hold them to just 3 points here. But despite all the chemistry between those two players, they cannot get hitches sorted out. But they try a similar play here, the Browns, and Marlon Humphrey is all over that and forces them to punt. So running the ball with Trayvon Bromley, jumps over Parker on the floor and takes a big hit because of that, but he's alright and he holds on to the ball. 1st and 10, a lofted pass there, perfectly placed for Juju Smith-Schuster. Van Der Yak looking like a different player on that throw. Then he gets the hitch to George Connor as well for the 1st down. And on 2nd and goal, he rolls to the left after pressure comes from the right. And he keeps rolling and he fights. And apparently he gets a touchdown. It looked like he was out of bounds, but no, he gets over the line. We watched the replay. It was, of course, reviewed. And it gets counted as a touchdown. Now Crowell pushing that pile, moving it. 2nd and 2. Maddox looking to throw over the middle. Somehow he absolutely managed to escape all of his coverage. Now Casey Jacobs wasn't able to originally make the tackle. Finally makes the tackle there. 2nd and 9 from the 12-yard line, and it's a sack. Coming in quickly is Rashad Bass, and we hold them to another 3 points. Van Der Yak again taking a hit there. Kyler Fackrell. Not a surprise that he's the one getting sacks here, but he just lofts that ball over for Jakeem Grant. And now look at this. Jakeem Grant has speed to waste. Ridiculous. Absolutely gets away from his man. Cuts across the field, and he's in for the touchdown. That'll be the 10th passing touchdown of Van Der Yak's career. And as this is the 8th game right now, that will look like he gets at least 20 if he continues at the same pace, and he's only been getting better in recent weeks. 4th and 6 now to Stokes. We've seen this week after week. What can he do for this one? He's finding himself some holes here. Stokes tries to make a play there, gets tackled, but he did take it all the way to the 49-yard line. Play action here, 2nd and 2. Van Der Yak rolling out, then completes the pass here to Juju Smith-Schuster, picking up a lot more yards than he probably could have done with his feet. 2nd and 1 from the 16-yard line, and Trayvon Bromley weaving, fighting, but we had to settle for a field goal. Not able to finish that well in the red zone in recent weeks, and we have a chance to recover this fumble. We couldn't get there. but they also did nothing with it. And now in the second half, Trayvon Bromley starts this one off strongly. He started last week off in a very similar way. This time is tackled by the first defender. 3rd and 8. We've pinned them into the end zone, but they managed to get out. Cooper Maddox slides there, and they have to punt away again. The score still 17-6 right now. A completion there to Max Kimrim, getting the first down. We've not seen too much of him this season, but he gets opportunities, and he makes the most of them. Now, 1st and 10. A pass across the field there to George Connor. He uses his speed to pick up some more yards. 3rd and 4 now. Again in the red zone, looking for something better here, but it's another sack. I say another sack. It's a sack. It's another field goal that we'll have to take once we get into the red zone. Cooper Maddox making people miss, but will not try. Keywan Hardwick, and that's a good business decision there. On this play here, we see an excellent tackle by Rashad Peters. One-on-one with Isaiah Crowell, and he makes the play. And now on 2nd and 4, a corner play again there to Juju Smith-Schuster. Van de Acht hitting those pretty well in this game. 1st and 10, lofting one up. If he would have put more air under that one, Juju Smith-Schuster had a touchdown, but he throws it a little bit short. 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 rather, and it's a big first down completion to Tariq Cohen. He holds on to it as he gets hit. Now Van de Acht rolling out. Not seeing much, decides to hold on to the ball, then decides to run with it, but then he loses it as he's tackled. The Browns get the ball, but you know if you have the ball in your own 5-yard line, we're coming after you. And Cooper Maddox is in trouble here, and he gets hit, taken down by Chris Wormley. He gets the sack there. You know we're coming for you in your own 5-yard line. You do not want the ball there. And now we see another pass completed on a corner route, this time to George Connor. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line, thrown that way again. Juju Smith-Schuster with the catch. Van de Acht cannot stop completing these passes. It's obviously something we're going to look to keep doing in the future. Trayvon Bromley there fighting on 1st and goal. Couldn't get any further on a 2nd and goal. It's a quick pass into Parker over the middle. Great play there by Van de Acht to find him in the hole. Gets that completion. Parker makes a nice play. He's sat in the hole, and he just had to make the catch and hold on as Peppers came and hit him. 2nd and 6, thrown across the field there. The first man misses. It's now a foot race, but Casey Jacobs is pretty good in a foot race and is able to catch the receiver there. But they're still inside the 20 right now. Of course, 29-6. We're not worried, but we don't want to give up that touchdown either. Marlon Humphrey not able to stop Corey Coleman. Now 2nd and 11. Trayvon Bromley with a nice quick play there. We're just running out the clock here, and we'll see this end here with the win.
And we'll finish this episode with 2 wins out of 2 games, and it's a good win here. 29-12 the score. Passing so much better. We wanted to, and that's exactly what we did. So let's take a look at the stats. Philip Van de Acht, what did he do for us? 315 yards. That's nice numbers. Still, the completion percentage is 56%. It's not that good, but 2 touchdowns. We won't complain if you're not turning the ball over. Trayvon Bromley, 21 attempts, 145 yards, 6.9 yards per carry. Didn't get a touchdown today. Broke a bunch of tackles though, but Jaquan Barber did get injured, so that's something to obviously look at if that's going to be long-term. Receiving, finally, we gave Juju Smith-Schuster some yards. 4 receptions, 90 yards. 4 receptions, that's 50% of his previous total in one game. Finally getting something. George Connor, 8 for 110. And then, you know, dipped out everywhere in Jakeem Grant with a huge 1-1 for 85 yards and a touchdown. And defensively, we didn't get any turnovers. That would have obviously been nicer, but we did get a safety, which is, you know, technically as good as a turnover. Keywan Hardwick, 7 tackles. I say it's as good as. It is literally a turnover. You force a turnover and you get points. That's, you know, it's better than an interception because they have to punt it away to you. I don't know. I'm going to stop now. It really doesn't need to be discussed. It's a good play. 7 tackles for Keywan Hardwick, leading the team. 6 for Hunter Washington. And then we go down, blah, 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 blah. The sacks, though, Tyce Bowser with 2. 1 for Chris Wormley. 1 for Rashad Bass. Continuing that Defensive Rookie of the Year grind. No interceptions. 1 forced fumble that I apparently forgot about, despite the fact... it's because we didn't recover it. I remember now. I was hoping Keywan Hardwick would turn up and take it back for a touchdown. That would really help his, you know, Defensive Rookie of the Year campaign. No touchdowns, but we did get a safety. Chris Wormley with the safety. No kick returns, no punt returns, although I never truly remember, so I do have to check. With how many these guys can take back, you never truly know. Great game, 29-12. We're now 4-0 in the division. And, you know, we are looking great for playoffs this season. So, 6-2 at the end of this one. A player has regressed. And no one's injured. That's good, obviously, for Jaquan Barber. Philip Van de Acht, he was injured 4 times. He was injured 4 times. He was sacked 4 times. That's not bad. Took his injury down to 90, which is obviously still a good number. So we'll finish this episode here by scouting players. I'm aware we looked at stats and stuff, so this is already going to be a bit longer, so we'll fly through this. So that finishes this episode. 6-2, our record at the halfway point of the season. That, of course, if you multiply, it means we should finish the season 12-4. Don't know if that's going to happen, but it's looking good.